Okay guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble 3D silicone extruder. As you can see, this is the layout of our video. In here we have the dispensing tip, male thread, 3D printed down section of the nozzle with a clear resin, mixer, o-ring, upper section of the nozzle, and other two threaded males, shaft seal, the top section of the nozzle, two screws, coupler, the pillar, and the motor that we have. So let's assemble them all together. So right now I'm going to get my dispensing tip and connect it with this lure lock male thread, and I'm going to connect it with my bottom nozzle. Don't forget, when this bottom nozzle came out from the 3D printing, there are no threads in these sections. You need to open these threads by tapping it, one of our 420-inch taps. So you need to open the threads in here. And now we are going to put our mixer in here, and I'm going to take my top section and put my o-ring in here, as you can see, and then I'm going to connect these two together, and then I'm going to connect my male threads in here too. Again, while I'm connecting these male tubing connectors, again, there are no threads in these sections. You need to open threads with 1/428 tapping drills. So I'm connecting this one in. After that, we need to put our shaft seal right into here and then push it down. Now we are going to connect the stop plate into here. It is time to put our screws in. Okay, after we fasten them, make sure that our mixer is still turning. And right now, use our coupler to couple this section. And push that one in. And make sure that our set screws are released. After we are sure about that, fasten the set screws back. You can also remove this and use your Allen wrench to push your mixer towards the top if it's too bottom, and then plug it in back. Right now our mixer with the coupler is ready. Right now we are going to connect our assembly into the pillar. So we will connect them like this. There is a spot right in here, and we will fasten them with this metric 6 screw. Again, you need to tap the hole for that connection. After our connection is done, we are going to insert our mixer motor from the top and connect it with the coupler at the bottom. And fasten the set screws. As you can see, our extruder assembly is completed. Right now we are going to connect this one to our 3D printer, but before that we are going to connect its wings to hold the heaters. Right now we have all the parts for the extruder wing attachment. Right now we are going to get arm 1 and arm 2 pieces and connect them like this into each other and arrange the alignment in the way that we want. We can change it later too, but right now I'm going to keep it at the hole number 4, and then I'm going to connect this metric 3 Allen screw and fasten it all the way in, and then connect it with the wing nut from the behind. And you should do the same thing for the second one as well. As you can see, we are going to connect this one with the heater holder section, as you can see, and we are going to again attach this metric 3 screw. This is the right wing holder, and I'm going to connect the wing nut from the behind. As you can see, we can move it, and we are going to connect this wing into our extruder system like this and fasten it again with another metric 3 screw and connect it with a wing nut at the behind. Do not fasten them too much because we will move them to arrange our heat wings that will be connected right in this section. So let's do the same thing for the opposite side too. Let's connect our heater holder. And then use the wing nut from the back. Now let us connect it into our main extruder system and fasten it with the wing nut again. Our assembly is almost done. Let's attach this thing into our 3D printer. At this point, your ANET A8 must be assembled completely. Only the section that is not assembled must be the extruder, where is located in here. What we are going to do is to use our 3D printed extruder mount to this section before we connect our silicone extruder to this piece. So basically, two belts has these screws attached at the end of them, and you need to fasten them by using the nuts over here so that the system will hold itself. As you can see, second one is inserted too. Use the nut to secure it. Okay, this one is fastened. After that, we need to connect these linear bearings to our 3D printed piece and use these holes to connect them together. It is time to connect our silicone extruder to this piece. Right now, get your silicone extruder assembly and connect these two metric force screws from each sides that we have, and then attach it to our orange piece, as you can see, like this, and then use these nuts to secure the extruder in place. Right now our attachment is complete, and this is how it looks. And what we are going to do is to attach two cables to our 12-volt DC motor with a regulator to draw the electricity from the power supply. And congratulations, your silicone extruder assembly is completed, and as a next step we are going to connect these heaters to the sides with these green parts. We connect these two cables to our motor, and these two cables come to the input section of our regulator, and our regulator draws the power from the power source of the 3D printer. So right now our motor is connected to the regulator right over here. When I click this button over here, it will work as an on and off, and our mixer will work. As you can see, our mixer has started working, and there is this screw over here. When you turn it, our mixer speed will go up and down. So let me demonstrate it. When I hit the 12 volts, my extruder spins as fast as possible, but when I decrease it to 6 volts, my extruder speed slows down. So we suggest 7.5 volts as a safe zone, because you don't want your motor to overheat. And you can again use this button as on and off. As you can see, this is a demonstration of our mixer working. Right now let's continue to the next step, where we are going to attach the convective heaters into our system.